Spent 20 years, 19 years, 10 months from the age of 17 to 37. It took me years to hold a conversation on the phone longer than 15 minutes. They place the disconnect,
right,
even when there's nothing between you.
Right.
So they put something between you.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to remove. Yo. How do we take our community, our larger community into consideration that is harm done? We're here to repair it, and we want to figure out how everyone have the ability to heal.
Thank you for another Locked Up and Locked Out podcast. Thank the viewers for coming and showing up and showing out. My distinguished guest today is Mr. Jeter, a great man. He's doing a lot of good work in the communities. Man, where did we start?
Yeah, right.
Thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
So, explain to the people who you are, what you do, and your backstory, man.
Yeah, James Jeter, co-founder, executive director of the Full Citizens Coalition.
And what does that entail?
So the Full Citizens Coalition is a Connecticut-based action group that focuses on undoing the unjust harm of felony disenfranchisement, ensuring that every citizen is treated as a full citizen. And what that means is that we examine how disenfranchisement comes about, how it works in our communities, how it has disempowered us, and we look to reverse it. You know, so we look to start where the concentration is at. That's in our prisons. That's on our parole systems. So we fought to restore voting rights back to those on parole. And we passed that law in 2021. Then last year we helped strengthen the ballots in the county jails and pretrial detention centers. And our ultimate goal is full enfranchisement where nobody loses their rights. And the important thing about that is, you know, the structure of our cities, of our state, you know, all happens in one building, right? In our state, it happens at the legislative office building. In our cities, it happens at City Hall. And these laws have been governing our lives without any pushback, because we're not civically engaged. Because, you know, you remove a generation from their voting rights, you will impact the next 3 generations. And if we can restore that and get our community back active again, then we can run our cities. We can run our cities right. We can create more opportunity for ourselves. We don't need a handout. We actually have the numbers. Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, these is majority cities. You know, so and then we can impact the state governance, because it's hard to win the state if you don't win these cities.
Right,
you know,
right.
So it's we have an input, we have an impact, and we gotta take our power back.
So, to back up a little bit, what's your background?
Man, my background, born and raised in New Haven. Spent 20 years, 19 years, 10 months from the age of 17 to 37. Incarcerated. Came home April 7th of 2017. So I've been home going on 9 years this April. And yeah, man, been, you know,
it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. Walk, you know, I was try to be as productive as I can, you know.
Yeah,
in the malls, you know, in the libraries,
absolutely.
try to be as possible during that bid. And then take advantage of every door open to me. And be ready for what's on the other side of it. And it's been a roller coaster, but it's been good.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. I think the one commonality that we all have is that while we were in there, we not only exercised our mind, but we were what we ate, so to speak. Meaning that we become well-read, educate ourselves to the things that we were oblivious to. And shed that of yesteryear what held us prisoners, excuse me. meaning that our past lives, you know what I'm saying, in the manner that we acted was unbecoming of the people that we were meant to walk in the grace of, you know what I'm saying, and walk in our own grace of being great men and leaders in our own right. And that's a scary thing for a lot of people. But the amazing thing is, I believe, is that the power came in being educated and then having the thirst for change, not to be trapped or allow anybody else to be trapped in the snare that we have found ourselves in, and then the people that's still remaining in there, to help them in some way somehow to reclaim their lives.
Yeah.
And there's a bill that we're trying to get passed right now.
Yeah.
Can you speak on that?
Yeah. So we have emerging adults second chances, which is a bill that we're working on as a part of a larger coalition called the Community Coalition for Healing Through Justice Reform, which is comprised of Full Citizens Coalition, Guided by Purpose, and the Justice for Everybody Institute at Yale. And, you know, I came home under the first iteration of that bill. I didn't have a parole that had 30 years before I special. And then when they passed PA 15-84, which is the name of the legislation, it allowed people under the age of 18 who came in for serious offenses and had however had life or functioning life sentences to have a meaningful opportunity of release. And that's how I came home, right? So
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So you know, but the brain science behind that bill tells you that the human brain isn't fully formed. The earliest that it's fully formed is 26. That's the earliest that your brain. So your prefrontal cortex is the last part of the brain to fully develop, and what sits in that brain, from what we know, is impulse control. That's your decision making center, right? And so, you know, when it is statistically, black and brown men commit like their most reckless acts under the age of 23, and we phase out of like violence the older we get,
Right.
And so if we know this is the brain science for over 100 years, right? Like they knew this much about the brain when they were still giving lobotomies, right? Like, and so it makes no sense that our courts aren't reflective of the brain science, right? There's this thing called diminished culpability, meaning that yes, you have to be held accountable, yet we understand that in holding you accountable, you have not yet fully developed.
Okay.
Right. And so when you take that into consideration, it should change the way you sentence people, and more so for those who have already been sentenced, it should change the way you give them a meaningful opportunity for release.
Right.
And you know, it's not a cakewalk. You know,
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta do while you're here.
Right.
But the opportunity will be there for you.
So my thing is, if our scientists have full knowledge and the legislators understand this very thing, why is it so much pushback when we see the brothers and sisters that come home after so many years doing so many great things? I mean, that should be a blueprint to tell you that it actually works.
So you gotta think about what
we understand the bigger picture.
We understand the bigger picture,
Right.
and you can't ignore the bigger picture,
Right.
because it's pervasive all the way through.
Right.
If you think about our sentencing guidelines in the 80s and 70s, no one did forever. Right. You catch a
5 to 10.
You coming home.
25 to life.
25 to life,
Right.
and you walk that down between good time and you're coming home.
Right.
They did away with all of that.
Right.
And we chose a certain structure. Like we had this really bad we had in 1994 you have the 94 crime bill, which really structured off of this idea that in these urban communities you had these super predator youth, these kids that was so out there and so connected. Like we had Colombian like this stuff that wasn't real, right? And as a nation, you know, it was easy to believe because we've always kind of thought the worst of Black and brown people,
right?
And so it's easy to believe that these children are adults. These children are so gone, right? And we changed our sentencing structure, and that was a push for years. It just solidified in '94, and we started giving out stuff that nobody's coming back from, right? So we threw away everything we knew for a narrative. Just, you know, we didn't. We it was a time where, you know, we didn't charge anyone. We're trying now to get back to not charging anyone under 16 as an adult, but that was a normative already.
Right.
That wasn't a structure.
Right.
We adopted that, and we're unrelenting on that structure right now. We believe that children should be treated as adult, and what we're pushing for is saying no, they shouldn't.
Right.
Especially, you know, what you'll find, regardless of race, is that when you have these type of cases in our communities, they happen more frequently because of the policies that have structured our communities and the amount of poverty that sits in our communities because of these policies and what that produces. But even if you look at, like, you know, white kids that come in from the suburbs, they don't come in with clean backgrounds. They come in from a certain thing. They come in with behavioral health issues. They come in from domestic issues. They come in from something that inhibits their growth also. Right. And so that is what we know of the brain, is that it is not fully, the earliest is fully formed is 26. And the reason why I say the earliest is because if you have life traumas, that can prevent it from fully developing for some years. And but we don't take any of that into consideration.
Right.
That's what we're pushing for.
How's the outpour of support?
Yo, it's good. I think it's good amongst us.
Right.
And so, like, I think what we're trying to do though is account for everybody, including victims, because just because, you know, me saying that my brain wasn't fully developed doesn't lessen.
It's not a cop out.
It's not a cop out. It doesn't lessen the harm. It doesn't lessen the impact. Somebody was harmed, right? Somebody lost something. Somebody's not whole, and, like, you know, for me in love, what's really important is figuring that part out, because in figuring out amongst us, we're not solidified. We have our not. I'm not talking about me and love. I'm saying our community is not solidified. Our community has, and, you know, we're losing power. We're losing because of these divisions.
Right.
But more so, like, how do we take our community, our larger community, into consideration that is harm done? We're here to repair it, and we want to figure out how everyone have the ability to heal. And so we've been having these conversations across the state and trying to move the conversation forward. We're going back. We've been in Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, Waterbury. Where else were we at? We're going to New Britain, and we're trying to hit the cities and push this conversation so that way we can really start defining things, defining how we choose to deal with one another, defining how we heal, how we forgive. The streets was a trick bag, and not everybody's going to see that, but if you can see it, then you can be the biggest asset in your community, right? On how to transition out, how to forgive, how to not see somebody from across town and judge them as an enemy. Realize that we come from literally the same homes, same situations. We all played Pee Wee together. We all played Biddy Bap. Like we the same.
All been through some things.
All been through something, and get back to building.
It's amazing because, you know, sitting here today and coming from where we came from, not understanding that we would walk in these shoes and like really affecting change. It's mind-boggling. It's just like, wow, this is really happening. We're in the moment. You know what I'm saying? We're seizing that moment to whereas I believe we're on a big break to really do some real good, and we get families of victims and family of people who brought brothers and sisters that's incarcerated to join, you know what I'm saying, these forces. That's where true change is provoked and is forced. You know what I'm saying? You have to listen to us. You know what I'm saying? We're not taking a no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with the immigration policies that's in play. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting treating other humans in such a unprofound manner, as if, you know, they don't matter who's next. When you look at certain things like that, history tells you, you know what I'm saying, at certain times to look back at history, you know what I'm saying, and not to allow it to happen again. Certain things are happening to whereas we have to be accountable. We have to be in the here and now. We have to be taking preventative measures to make sure that we're protected and the people that we love and care so dearly about are protected, which is our community. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to know you to love you and respect you enough, you know what I'm saying, to see that your rights are protected because we have a common interest.
Yeah, we were just talking about this, but I think so much of that was lost in our community because it first happened to our community. It's always first happened to our community,
Absolutely.
right? Like even if you look at, like, people like to make comparisons between how ICE is moving and between like the Nazi regime, right? But the Nazi regime literally got their movement from down south. Like they came here and seen how the Klan was dragging us out of houses and kidnapping off the streets, and that's what they got started. They seen it like that's what they. So it boils back to how
the Japanese, when they did it to Japanese,
but it all boils back to how
hit
they
us first.
It hit us first,
right?
And so even when you see ICE moving how they move now, we've suffered from different three-letter agencies, from the FBI to the DEA to the ATF, doing the same exact thing, right? So it's a pattern. But what it did in that era, I think, for us, is because we were so divided on why they was there, we've kind of lost a sense of, I don't have to know you to make sure you're okay. Right? It's like, nah, I do got to know you. I don't. I don't. And I think this opportunity for us to get back to that, like, in defense of others, regain some of us, you know, and how we deal with one another. There has to be a shift.
Mentality.
A mentality shift,
You know what I'm saying? The mentalities in the sense that, you know, it can't be me. You know what I'm saying? That's selfish, or that crab in a bucket syndrome that we face. So tell me, how has it been reconnecting with family, children, you know what I'm saying, that's grown? How has that been?
It's been difficult for me. Man, it took me years to hold a conversation on the phone longer than 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And to this day, I'm still not somebody that calls people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that doesn't bode well with my family. I'm not somebody that's gonna reach out. And it's not a thing of, I don't hold anything against anybody. No. I don't feel any ill will or ill intent. It's really like I spent 20 years of my life structuring myself in like this tunnel vision way. I'm here, I'm dealing with it, I'm focused on what I'm focused on, and the world is the world. People gotta live. I ain't holding nothing against nobody because that's life. Like, people gotta live. And you come home and realize a lot people been going through their own imprisonments. The whole time you was gone. Like, life been lifing for them. And so it's not a thing of like, I struggle with connection. You know what I mean? Like, when I see everybody, it's all love. But when I'm not around you, like, I'm really focused on what I'm focused on. And I don't always know how to break out of that to stop and say, let me check on so-and-so, let me check on so-and-so. And I need to. I'm admitting that this is like the areas that I struggle in. I mean, I don't think it's a good thing.
Do you believe the cause is one being away from your family for so long to whereas it's a disconnect? You know what I'm saying? And two, not rendering services from a mental health expert. Because, I mean, mental health is not just, a sickness of the mind. It's when a mind has been tattered.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's also emotional development.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
we was kids.
Yeah.
So now we're full-fledged adults.
Yeah.
Coming into a real world to whereas we have real situations where we're paying bills, you know what I'm saying?
It's
property tax and
I put it like this,
nature.
like, you wanna know why, like, when we was getting shipped to VA, you wanna know why nobody wanted to come back?
Because you didn't have to deal with family?
No, because you could deal with family. It's the first time, like, it's the first time, like, I was in Greensville.
Right, now they won't come out there and check
when they come out, it ain't the sterility. You ain't dealing with, like, these cold people. Them COs friendly.
Yeah.
They talk to you right, talk to your peoples right. You get in the visitor room, you chilling.
Yeah,
4 hours. 4 hours.
Yeah.
You chilling. And it's the most intimate time you have, to actually connect.
Right.
Like, you get to spend real quality time with your mother, your kids, your girl, whoever it is. Like, you get to spend real quality time to uphold the bond.
Right.
And then you come back to Connecticut and it's so sterile. Like, and then the mindset in our connected prisons is very. I think it's we got some issues we need to address, and I don't know, we haven't, like, we don't have contact visits to hold a family together.
Right.
You have a glassless non-contact is what I call them, right? Because you got this little table, you got this table, this broad table with a piece of tape going down the middle of it.
Right.
And you don't pass that line. You can't hold hands.
Right.
You can't. There's no connect. They rob you from the connection. They place the disconnect.
Right.
Even when there's nothing between you.
Right.
So they put something between you.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to remove, because
Absolutely.
it sit in you after some time, and you don't always know how to reattach yourself.
Right. And that's one of the things that I'm fighting for now. Bringing a bill that's going to help connect families, because when we talk about reentry, that is in the equation. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm coming back into society says that we have these connections with family. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a humane way to go about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, my children, it's a disconnect because I don't know them. I don't know my mother. I don't know my sisters, my brothers, my uncles, and things of that nature, because it's a 15-minute call. It's a half an hour, you know what I'm saying, or hour visit that's always shortened. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a code. So it's all contact cut off. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to go back. You got to leave. You know what I'm saying? Some type of disruption to have a solid connection. So when we're hurled back into society, say for me, being found innocent, coming back into society and trying to reconnect the best way I know how, but and us being no nonsense type people, we're less lenient or less flexible when we see things or things are said, to whereas, no, you said that, you can't walk that back. You know what I'm saying? Because we're coming from the prison setting to whereas you say something, you stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't walk that back like you know what I'm saying? Like it was never said. Or, you know what I mean? So it restrains and it doesn't give, you know what I'm saying, the ability to connect, you know what I'm saying? Because that disconnect.
Yeah, for me, what I say is that actions speak louder than words.
True indeed.
Right. So I've never told somebody you can't walk something back. but your words can't walk it back.
Right.
Your actions gotta walk it
True
back.
indeed.
Like if you really ain't, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's what I'm gonna do. I need. If I'm wrong, let me show you.
Right.
I'm gonna show you that I was wrong.
Right.
It's not just gonna be like empty words. Let my actions speak for it. I don't like just lead the door crack. Let my actions speak for it to show you that I'm genuine in my, you know, in coming to you, right? And so I'm there with it. I think the biggest with me is that I don't slow down.
Right.
So I'm not sitting waiting. I'm not angry. I'm not holding. I'm not even thinking about it, yo. I just start moving again, and it can feel like a larger disconnect, and it's really not. The door open. Right. I don't want to hear your words though. Let your actions show it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy you say that because it's like we're hard nosed in that regard. You know what I'm saying? It's like I always had a little saying like, yo man, my knees don't bend. They made of titanium, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't make me fold, you know what I'm saying? Like and it's just one way straight forward, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's a war there, I'll get around it. If I gotta go through it, I'm gonna go through it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's do it. And it's carried me this far, you know what I'm saying? But it comes a point in time where you need your village.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? You need your village to talk to bounce ideas off, you know what I'm saying? To give you a clearer understanding of some things because your vision may be blurry, you know what I'm saying? You may not be seeing things in the correct manner in which just projected because, you know, the eyes can't tell lies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you have like a jagged way of looking at things.
Yeah. I seldom. I don't want to think in a chamber, which is me, right?
Right.
You need people to walk it down with you. You need the right people. You need like trusted people. People have shown themselves to give you balance, to tell you the hard truths. You know what I mean? So that way you can sit in that vulnerable space and be right or be wrong, right? And be okay with the outcome. You know what I mean? Because they're there to help guide you through that stuff. Yo, I don't think anybody in life should be without that. I think that with us, it's imperative that we had that because we have a lot of zero sum. Like everything in us is zero sum.
Right.
We feel like everything at the end of the world. Like it's all on the table at all times, right? And it don't be like that.
Nah.
So you need somebody to pull you back, yo, and just be like, yo, listen. You know what I mean, and give you perspective again if it's off, you know, and you need people who are just like genuinely happy for you, you know what I mean, genuinely want to see you at your best, so they willing to say the things that no one else is willing to say to you,
right?
You know what I mean, and it's not a thing of, and they're not throwing you away. They actually standing there with you,
right?
And they giving you that real mirror, so you can be better in whatever it is.
That's a real person. You know what I'm saying? Like, many times, man, people are characters. You know, trying to fill the void that's been voidless for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but before I forget, you did something that was kind of is profound. Like, you came home and you did a documentary of Malik Jones.
Oh yeah.
What triggered that and how? You know, like yo, man, that right there, like,
So,
sent chills through my body because not only is that's my brother, but that's your brother, and he was worthy, you know what I'm saying, to get his life back. And the torture that he's remaining in right now from the hands of, the government not doing the right thing, is astonishing. I hope they do the right thing in that. But tell me what made that all come about?
So, we from the same neighborhood. You know, he came down. Eventually he wound up, you know what I mean, on Orchard and Edgewood. You know, and so he in my world. Like
Right.
he's a big figure, one of the big figures me growing up
Right.
out here. You know what I mean? Then going into the system and really being around them, and then we was cellies for about a year, and you know I always say that innocent dudes is the hardest cellies in the world, man. Cause yes, they go cause
Legal
yes,
work all
over the place,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
And what I was able to perceive then and really observe was how it sit on you.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think a lot of people get the privilege to understand that, because everybody don't talk about their stuff. So we was in a space where I'm from a neighborhood I know he ain't do it.
Yeah.
There ain't no question. In certain cases, hey, do people know, yo, them dudes ain't do that, man, right? And so I see the depressions, I see the mood shifts, I see it all, and I know it's all tied to the fact that even in the moment of like perceived joy, he get pulled back into reality that yo, I ain't earned this. It's sitting on me. Right. And so that always sat with me, and I knew his case because we talked through it all. We talked every aspect of it, yo. And coming home, we was in touch. You know, we stayed in touch, and as I started like getting more into like outreach and doing community work and meeting people, I was always looking for like legal help for anybody that would help dudes, yo. Like help dudes. Like I you know, I talked to all of these dudes who, you know, David King, all these dudes. I've been on calls with these dudes and walked down all this stuff with them, and like, yo, there's people in here, and the goal, my goal was, and I couldn't raise the money to my like, and I hold that like in a bad light for me, because we had a larger project that we developed called Children of the Storm, and what the purpose of that project was is that we was looking at what transpired in urban communities as a Katrina. You know, Katrina wasn't a hurricane; it was failed systems, like failed investment, and pumps and levees and all these things that you know, after the storm, all these things happen. And so, you know, the storm itself to me was crack, but crack came with heroin already in our streets, deindustrialization, an AIDS pandemic, you know what I mean? Really, really toxic narratives around our people on welfare. And it's like this perfect storm that set right in our community that allow people to believe whatever media said about us. And then no one was paying attention to the actual corruption. The New Haven Police Department was a syndicate. It was a syndicate in that department, yo, across 30 years, across 3 police chiefs. It was a syndicate, and and we wanted to examine it and use all these cases, your case, his case, Scott case, all the cases as exhibits of evidence to show that if it's happening, the hardest thing to prove is murder. The hardest thing in the court of law to prove is murder, and if they can corruptly work with a corrupt district attorney's office and set people up for this, what's happening down here? Right.
We're bypassing that.
We're bypassing all of that.
We're not even looking at
that. And we're bypassing the impact on our community, right? And so I was applying for this money to try to shoot the full doc, and I couldn't raise it, yo. I couldn't raise it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the money. And then I wasn't giving up. And a friend of mine, Diana Martinez, at Wesleyan, had called me and was like, yo, I know you've been really trying to get this off the ground. And, you know, I got a little bit of money for you through this grant. Just send me the write-up, and we're gonna get you moving. But you gotta work with the digital design lab at Wesleyan. And I was like, yo, let's do it. And so they was like, can you highlight, we got enough money to highlight one story. And I was like, I know this story intimately. Let's focus on this story. I think I could show the system through this one story. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, so, you know, shout out to Pedro Bermudez and my guy Elliot, man, who like shot and edited it, like Kid's Vicious, man. And you know, at the same time, we was working with the investigative journalist lab at Yale, and so we was able to get all these cases highlighted in the Independent. Some of them was picked up in the Mirror. We would get all these cases highlighted at the same time and build this website that connects all of these cases and the issues to go along with the doc. And so, the doc was dope because we was shooting it in real time activism. Like, Laura was out there with the 7 days. Like, we was able to partner in the city and really like do something dope, yo. And the impact of the video in his case is that I believe it wasn't really no way to come back from it for the district attorney's office. Like, the judges have seen it, people have seen it,
Right.
and the evidence was so blatantly clear. And then I shot it like when we was talking about what is the theme. I was like the first 48. Like that, because that's a known thing right now in our society is how these investigations are pretty much summed up. It's a TV show. These investigations be shut up in the first 48 hours. We can show in the first 48 hours that they knew they was convicted. They was going after an innocent man, right? And we was able to lay that out. So yeah, man.
It's crazy because you brought up Scott. Me, Scott first, Nat second, and me third.
Yeah.
Got hit off what, know what I'm saying, what so much time and got railroaded by the same
group,
just system, unjust system. And it was crazy because I never looked at it until Naps like, yo, man, they hit us back to back, man. Know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like we was playing basketball, you win. No, you win. Know what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, he put up 65. He put up 85. No, oh, nah, he got 120. You know what I'm saying? What? Like, yo, these, like, what do you do, like, mentally to a young man, a young kid who hasn't even begun to live life, but hit them with that type of thing? That's enough when we seen people kill themselves, or become, you know what I'm saying, dependent on the drugs that mental health was pumping. Thank God we never, you know what I'm saying, experienced that ourselves. But it was enough to see it. And it is gut wrenching, to say the least. When we all talk and we have these conversations, that the commonality is that there's an unspoken pain that's attached to being held in that system, and seeing what we had to go through in them days, in that time, in that setting, in prison period. It was a war zone. Like, people were losing their life behind that wall. And we was on the side of, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, not I. You know what I'm saying? On no day. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And we all have come home and stepped into grace, you know what I'm saying, like, humbly. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that's really affecting and hoping to change the next person's life, man, in the best way. And asking our senators, our public officials, man, just to help us, help these other brothers and sisters that's trying to get home and do the right thing. How can you not? When you see and you look at us, you know what I'm saying? Look at the tally. You know what I'm saying? Look at the scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? You looked at it before. Now look at it. You know what I'm saying? And you had no problems in saying, oh, these men forfeited their right to society. They don't belong in society. You know what I'm saying? But if that was the truth, you know what I'm saying? What does, you know what I'm saying, that say now?
I don't think they can say enough, and they're not gonna say anything, but they can't say enough, because I don't feel like anybody does harder time than wrongfully convicted people, because you don't develop the way that other people have the time to develop, right? Like your whole entire bid really be about proving your innocence.
Yeah, you're in fight mode.
You in fight mode the entire time you in there. So while everybody else is like, all right, I know I got to knock this down. Let me go ahead and work on me, right? If they come to that, some people don't come to that conclusion at all. But if they come to that conclusion, then they reading more, they spending. Not that y'all don't read. Y'all read a crazy amount of literature. But think about all the classes that be offered that you don't got time for that. You don't got no time. Like that is not their priority. It's not a priority. It can't be a priority.
Not if you fight for your life.
I'm fighting. I don't got time to be worried about doing school. I got legal work. I got to get home. And so when you've been deemed a public menace, irredeemable, having forfeited all these things, none of it true. Then you in the prison for decades, working on getting out, and then you get out. Right? It happens. That feat.
Right.
You've been that damn near impossible feat happened. And now you here.
And you fighting again.
And you hear, like, you are not emotionally prepared. You have not done, like, it ain't like you can be like, yo, well, when I was in there, I took this, I'm gonna go become this. Nah, I gotta figure all this out because I just literally spent all my time fighting. Right. And then, like, they can't pay y'all enough, yo. I just feel like there's not an amount of money that they can dish out that actually, that is the equivalent, that equivalates the harm, the totality of the harm. I don't think they consider the totality of the harm because they don't consider that in your development, in your arrested development, in your absence from your children, like the things, the way that it's harmed. They don't.
They never want to equate that because if that was the truth, then they have to admit that they did something wrong.
And this ain't the state that's willing to admit. They'd rather pay you and keep a little, and then keep it trucking and keep. I mean, and that's like.
But you know what I'm saying? If we're looking for a better society, do better by the people that's in society. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that you call misfits. You know what I'm saying? That's undeserving because that in itself is I have a problem with. Because you never know who has redeemable qualities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
everybody's not redeemable. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, is not going to reach that level.
Well, I feel like
we don't know until we give them that opportunity.
So the idea of, I don't like the idea of redeemability.
Right.
Because that means that you first had to be judged and deemed of value.
No, this is what they say.
This is I'm dealing with, like, that's why I'm careful with that language amongst us because prisons are a concept that was created to catch other systems' failures, right? And so it wasn't created just to warehouse them, right? So when school systems fail, labor market fails, poverty becomes like super pervasive and someone can't see out of it, prison. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's not and it's an accepted structure because nobody wants to actually invest in fixing the other structures. Right. Like that's not the deconstruction of it all was for that purpose. That's not like, they can't have community, they can't have wholeness, they can't have a culture that they control, right? And that's where we're at now with it, and that's why prisons exist. Like, abolishing prison for me is necessarily, like, you don't have to, like, close all the prisons. If we're able to take control of our school systems and fix them, control our labor market and our engagement, fix our housing situations, if we can do that, the prisons will cease to exist because ain't nobody. We got too much. People recognize loss now. Like, when I don't feel like I got nothing to lose, this is always an option. But when I realize, I done figured out I'm 16. I'm going to a technical high school, but on the weekends I'm building cabinets and fences and making my own money. Like, I'm doing things. There's opportunity for me. I can see my future, right? I can hold on.
So I believe, you know what I'm saying, like, we've become mental health experts in the sense of understanding how the interworkings of a person's mind and the pain that's inflicted on a person that's behind that wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I believe, you know what I'm saying, that we're suited to aid brothers coming home more in the sense that I can identify what your pain is. Not saying that we don't need
I'm with
a
you.
true therapist, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
saying,
with you.
right there. But
I can connect with you in a way that nobody can.
right, it's intimate.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you.
It's an intimate, you know what I'm saying, situation because I walk that walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just lip professing, you know what I'm saying? Not a page I read out of the book that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, tell me exactly what you felt after 5 years walking the yard, you know what I'm saying, that morning when nobody's really out there, you know what I'm saying, and you have that crack. You know what I'm saying? The realization, you know what I'm saying?
When it hit you.
Can't nobody tell
Can't nobody tell me when it hit you.
you ain't hit that brick, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody that did real time, you hit
know what
that
it
wall,
is.
you know what I'm saying? You know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this can't be my life. I'm not happy here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to accept this. You know what I'm saying? This is unacceptable. So now what you start to do is change. You can't change the place, you know what I'm saying? But change the people,
Yeah.
your attitude, you know what I'm saying, and your latitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm eating different, you know what I'm saying? I'm eating healthy, you know what I'm saying? Books, you know what I'm saying? How I spend my time, you know what I'm saying? Becoming I had to look the man in the mirror. It's time to take that hard look and be honest with the look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't give it a fade, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look it head on, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I gotta clean this up. I can't, I'm done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's hard to look because you only got a 6-inch mirror. Like your mirror ain't but this big.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So you gotta really look, like.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look, you know what I'm saying, it's business time.
Yeah.
And I think what helped us be more successful and coming back into society was the fact that we put that work in behind there.
Yeah.
Becoming the best individuals that we could be, you know what I'm saying, in there, you know what I'm saying? Because everything starts there. You can't say, oh, I'm a changed person, and then, you know what I'm saying, get home and you know what I'm saying, you never did anything in there to let that manifest
No, your
in
habits.
your
Your
true
habits
existence.
will always dictate your reality.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, listen, let's not live in a fantasy world or be under any delusional sense of understanding what it's going to take. It's going to take work. You know what I'm saying? But with that work, this is the finishing touches. You know what I'm saying? Yet to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a damn beautiful view. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew it was going to be something. You know what I mean? Like, my brother came to see me. He said that he was like, yo, I just need you to be prepared in your mind to be unprepared.
Right.
He's like, because you've never done this. You've
Right.
never come home off of doing this much time.
Right.
So you've done all you can do in here. And he said the real thing. He said, and it's not enough.
No.
And he said, but you've done all that you can do in here.
Right.
And that's the first step. To
You
make
on
sure
to
you
your
do
next
all
journey
that.
now.
Yeah. He said, and you come home, it's not going to be enough. You're going to experience things you've never experienced. Emotions you've never experienced. Like, you're going to hit walls you never hit. But you've done the preparation that you could do. That's the first step. Well, you just got to be prepared to deal with that when it comes and figure out new stuff, because it hit you. Like, I never had an anxiety attack before. I don't know what that is. I've only had one since I've been home, but when it happened, I was fresh home. I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what was going on, right?
When I first came home, Me and the brother Moody. You know, so we're around a bunch of people. Anxiety attack. I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. I'm not with this right here, you know what I'm saying? There's no place, you know what I'm saying? So I make sure my 6 is covered. You know what I mean? I'm back up, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the back of the wall, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I ain't feeling this at all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, man, this is, you know what I'm saying, trauma. Mm-hmm. I'm experiencing trauma. No, we have yet to unfold the onion, you know what I'm saying, and take the layers back, you know what I'm saying, and really look at the onion for the onion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we've experienced a traumatic situation and we've yet to deal with it because we've been in go mode since we came home. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's taking the time. You're like, let me talk, you know what I'm saying? Let me vent, you know what I'm saying, and get this out. Because I believe until we have that aha moment, we can't be the best specimens of ourselves. Yeah. Because each and every day we have some type of level of resistance, you know what I'm saying, or pushback for what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's that thing, you know what I'm saying? That unspoken thing that only us, you know what I'm saying, and our grouping or been there understand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause you know, if you push me, it's go mode. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, we live in this different life. Yeah. A successful, a life of substance. You know what I'm saying? Of accountability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's no longer go mode, you know what I'm saying? That switch has got to be off, you know what I'm saying? Because
I just think it's a different go mode.
Right. Yeah. It's an honorable go mode that we on right now, you know what I'm saying? And that's the one you got to stay on, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many things that stand in our way from being collectively connected. Yeah. And it's easy to be, you know what I'm saying, divided, you know what I'm saying, hate each other and want to do something. No, that's about nothing, you know what I'm saying? We've been there, done that. We seen what that breeds, you know what I'm saying? And that's foolishness, you know what I'm saying? I'll never be a part of that because I love our people, you know what I'm saying? And you love, what, you know what I'm saying, for yourself, what you love for your brother. Mm-hmm. And we come into a level of freedom, you know what I'm saying, that can't be just giving up, you know what I'm saying, at a blinking of an eye, you know what I'm saying, in any form, in any fashion, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I told another brother that was up here, I said, yo, go get our car service, make sure, you know what I'm saying, everything that's intricate is working properly. We see a hazard light, you know what I'm saying, on, we get that, you know what I'm saying, taken care of. We remedy that situation. Why haven't we yet to remedy the situation of the lights that's coming on in our personal life?
You don't know what they are. You don't recognize them.
No, you recognize them because we see, you know what I'm saying, the flares, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we see the remnants of yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So, like, understanding the peace level, you know what I'm saying?
And understanding, like I said, everything not zero sum. No. But it felt like it. Like, I did time because I didn't know how to take a loss.
True indeed.
Like that's really what it boiled down to. I didn't come from a culture that
was forgiving.
I couldn't take a loss because then I had to keep. The thing is, prison reinforces that, right? Like, prison reinforces that right there. Absolutely, I cannot take a loss. I cannot let you sit here. I don't care how much. I don't care when the last time you had a ticket, didn't have a ticket, how much reading you did. Somebody stand in front of your middle block and be like, and invite you to their manhood.
It's go time.
You don't have
Yeah.
Prison don't prepare you to have a conversation about that.
Right.
Because then that's the only thing prison prepare you for. And the crazy part, right, is that that's open door for everybody, including staff.
Right.
Staff would be like, man, no, you ain't about nothing. Let that man talk to you like that, right?
Right.
Like everybody is in the
It's
minds of
instilled.
everybody
Right.
that you gotta go now.
Yeah.
The world ain't big enough no
Right.
more, right? That don't leave you. So now that's a mentality I grew up under. It's a mentality that's reinforced in the prison, and then I come home and I'm supposed to drop it. Right, we still be having work to do, yo. I had to learn to take a loss, yo. I had a situation and it was a contract, and at the time, me and my business partner, dude beat us for like 13,000, and we broke. Like I'm fresh home. I'm still shopping at Savers. I don't got no money. I ain't come home to nothing, right? To anything, and this contract was a lot for me at that time. Even though it wasn't all mine, but the portion that was mine was still a lot to me at the time. And dude beat us for it. And I had to hold that. I had to value what I see, where I'm going, my vision,
Right.
who I
Bigger
am.
than that moment.
That's bigger than that moment. And I had to grow in that moment because I didn't have anything in me from experience
But you
to
did.
100. Yeah. When rubber hit the road and I had to think through it, I was like, yo, is this all I'm worth? Is this all my freedom worth? Do it hurt? It hurt. It hurt.
But you've grown.
But I gotta sit in this hurt.
Yeah.
I gotta examine me in this hurt.
Right.
Right? I gotta examine me. I gotta examine my influence. I gotta examine why I think this way. I gotta examine what other remedies are there. And if there's none, can I move on?
Right.
Right? Is this the end for me? And that's a process, yo.
Being a man encompasses a lot of things. A true man, not a hood man. Know what I'm saying? Where we put these fictitious, know what I'm saying, stigmas on what a man is, know what I'm saying, and how he should act, know what I'm saying. Being in prison, going through what you went through was the catalyst, you know what I'm saying, what taught you how not to be and how to move, you know what I'm saying, when faced with these obstacles, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it was a blueprint that was being formulated and drawn out for you, you know what I'm saying, because God already had the plan.
Yeah.
He already know where he wanted you to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just couldn't see it, you know what I'm saying? Until it formulated, you know what I'm saying? So now that this thing has taken, you know what I'm saying, legs, each situation puts you in position to win. It's like, yo, okay, I can kill myself off. I know this is nothing. This is like tying your shoes.
Yeah.
I eat and I live that. So that ain't that. Come on, you know what I mean? What are we talking about there? That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? The real thing is when I can use my words and defeat our opponent. You know what I'm saying? Or come to the realization, you know what? You got this one, man. You know what I'm saying? We keep on moving, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know what I got to gain and what I got to lose.
Yeah. And I think I remember it's like the first time really I was sitting with a friend of mine at the time, and we're just sitting in the car, and he just said it, and I had to sit with it. He was like, yo, don't it feel good to have something to lose? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh.
Because the first thing, when you lose, the first thing people want to say, that dumb motherfucker, he went through all that just to, you know what I'm saying, give it right, man. He should have stayed his ass down, let somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So you lose, you know what I'm saying? But you was the biggest loser because you gave up your position. You let them trick you out your place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For nothing, because you done got that 20-fold.
Yeah, and I it's whatever your metric is. My metric is, can I heal and help more people than I hurt and harmed?
Right. Absolutely.
So,
Your very existence means more
Yeah.
than, know what I'm saying, giving your position up.
Yeah.
Because the good you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can't offset that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people are getting their lives back.
Yeah.
To help one person in humanity, man, oh man, him doing live.
Yeah, man. Can't get tricked out of that.
It's just man. It's so special, man. Just and refreshing to wake up in the morning, read the newspaper, get a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying, or a cup of tea, whatever is your preference. You know what I'm saying, freely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Freely, like can't nobody tell me shit.
Yeah.
I'm moving how I want to move. I'm doing what I want to do. And it feels damn good, man.
Yeah.
And I make no excuses for that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
And I'm able to help people, man. I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy, man. It's like, yo, we did things in our lives, man, that we're never gonna be happy for. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I know for sure, that one, I didn't do what I was accused of. And I always rest easy. But I know I'm in position now to help youth because of what, you know what I'm saying, I experienced, to tell them, listen, man, I'm telling you, you walking in a world of hurt. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? You think, know what I'm saying, it's a cakewalk.
Nah.
I don't, because it's a mental game. The mental, you know what I'm saying, weighs more on a person than the physical. The physical is going to heal. That's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's minuscule. What you got to worry about is, you know what I'm saying, them long-term scars, you know what I'm saying, that the mental hold, you know what I'm saying? Because memory has a long and lasting effect.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the reality. Like, whether it's on you right or wrong, it's some stuff you might not come back from.
Right.
Right? Like,
Right.
it's innocent dudes who done died in prison. That's a real
Mentally
thing.
or physically.
I'm talking
We
about
seen
going.
both
Yeah,
ways.
we've seen both ways.
Yeah.
Whether don't expose yourself to the possibility, right? Like, don't expose yourself to the possibility. And the life that, you know, that was afforded to us, that was made available, right? People would be like, yo, you chose that life. Limited choice options, right? Like, I like limited choice options. You're talking about children making choices, right? Like, shoot, you know how hard it is to get someone insured under 25 for home car insurance. Rental agencies won't rent to them, right? Like, you got things that people will say, oh yeah, I can't trust their judgment.
Right.
But yet you want them to hold real life judgment
Right.
in full.
Yeah.
You won't rent them a car, but you want them to hold all the responsibility over here. Like, yeah, we made choices. We was kids, right? With limited options and some brilliant observations. Even if it came to the wrong conclusion, some brilliant observations. Like, because I don't want to fight over bills with my wife, right? Like, you look at your parents, like you look at the dysfunction, you be like, it ain't even their dysfunction. It's just the function of poverty, yo. They don't even know what they dysfunction. They can't get to it. They can't even get to it because they stuck just trying to stay afloat, right? I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, who do? Just that the options on not that, you know. So I think one of the dope things that we have the ability to do is present the different options, the different examples to not just youth but adult men. Like, yo, like, if I could turn my life around, if I could come home at 37, then you can do it at 40. You can do it at, yeah, you not stuck. Like, you can make a shift. Cause I came home to nothing. I came home to the support of my mother, my brother, my sister, like my family. I had support, but from a financial standpoint, nah, I was, you know, I had to figure it out, and it's okay. I had to have a vision, right? It's something that, you know, it's hard to tell listen, the culture we created, it's hard to tell the kid to go to school with some hand-me-down sneakers on, man. It's hard. That's not the culture that has been given to us, right? So it's hard not to have when you don't have. Nobody got it,
Right.
but it's hard to sit with that, right? And you know, what made it easy, I just had to take care of me, and so I'm okay with me I tell dude all the time, what's what I like my first come home? Dreads ain't twisted, clothes don't fit right. Like I'm
Right.
cool with like because
At the end of the
at the end of
day,
the day, I'm striving for something, and
Yeah.
I'm able to stand in the vision of what I want to accomplish, as opposed to what I want to present to the world in this immediate, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with you not seeing it. I see it. And we can install that in people to hold, Joe, and to push them forward and give and be the real assets in our community, give them real examples. Like I never really knew an entrepreneur outside of the street life growing up. I didn't know any. Right now, I'm seeing men. I'm working with men and women who are creating, and I'm like, yo, you can't lead the community, yo. The community needs you. Like they need to see that example because they don't know what it looked like, yo. They don't know. They know it is saying they know work. They know workers. They don't know entrepreneurship.
Right.
They don't know a real hustle of saying, yo, I got a skill set. I'm about to make my skill set work for me.
Let me make
right?
this jump.
And make this jump. Like that thing. I didn't grow up seeing that. It existed. I'm not gonna say it didn't exist. It wasn't in my purview. I don't know where it existed at. But to be able to present that to the community and be like, oh, I could do this, that, and the third, yeah.
Yo, I think I was trying to think. We look, and when we seen winners, when we was in a warped way of thinking and didn't understand that our vision was telling lies.
Yeah.
We was, you know what I'm saying, the dudes with the fancy cars, you know what I'm saying, with the jury that was getting all the women, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, and we all had our own selfish reasons for why we did what we did. Some was honorable, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of putting food on the table. Some others, you know what I'm saying, more vainglorious. I want to be fresh to death, you know what I'm saying? I want to get the girl, you know what I'm saying? But when you walk into manhood and understand the cause and effect of that mentality, you said, wow, how far off base I really was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it was a helping from the government.
but at the same time, who don't want to get the girl?
Right.
Right? Like when you grow up being told to get the girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you grow up being told and you those are the examples that like we talk about, like, you know, they call them black exploitations, but these dudes was, you know, you look at Jim Brown movies, Shaq movies, Fox Brown, they was entrepreneurs. They had businesses, clubs, whatever, and they always got the girl, right? So you got that example, right? And even, you know, in street life, they always got the girl. So who don't want to get the girl? Who don't want to be okay? Who don't like? Well, this is still America, yo. Like you do not live in another country. This is a country that is built on that. This is a capitalist country.
Right.
The idea that we grew up without capitalistic thoughts is insane. We don't have the outlet to other capitalist ventures.
We got to make our own.
And that's what was there.
Yeah,
Yo, you look at the Sackler family. They invented fentanyl. They have a patent. It's still being used.
Right.
It's used in hospitals, right? Like they are a bit, regardless of what they had to pay out. You know what they got to hold on to? $1 billion. The patent and $1 billion.
Yeah.
They got ruled they can't touch this $1 billion, right? Like, so who you think did more harm? Do you see what they've done as a family to this country, right?
Yeah.
We don't. So capitalism is what it is. It's not something that accounts for humanity. And so we're not going to be exempt from that in any light of operating in that. That's what we grew up in.
Yes.
It's all we know. Big R. Ruffin said it. He said, man, he said it's in the 50s. He said, you think that the young African American kid don't want the Cadillac? Right. He want what he sees, like everybody else do.
Indeed. Listen, man. Oh my gosh, we can sit here for hours and hours, man. You gotta come back, man.
Whenever.
You know what I'm saying? This is special because, and I want to clue you in now because up and coming is going to be another like town hall or library where we're all
Yeah, let's do it.
huddled up and speaking about the things that's near and dear to us, but able to have that free space to get out, you know what I'm saying, from whatever is holding us, you know what I'm saying, or whatever we feel as though is our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be that best version of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And thank everybody for joining another Locked Up and Locked Out podcast. It's special when I'm able to share these great people with y'all to get a full understanding what we went through, what we go through, and just to show you that we're regular citizens, man, with the same ideas of trying to make our communities better. If you like the content and what you see and you hear, please, man, press your heart or whatever it is to really say that you stand with us. We're locked up and locked out.
How they say it? Like, subscribe, leave a comment.
Yes, yes. And listen, we gonna bring more content like this, more powerful people to come, and let's do this, man, and make our world the world that we want to live in. Blessings.
Peace.
What?